Welcome to Creating Dynamic Learning Modules. I'm Kevin Tapey. In this module, we will discuss how to create your learning module from determining the topics to the possible elements you may want to include in your module. Our contents are determining the needs, the audience and information, the time and resources, how your presentation will be used, the elements you should include, and researching. Before you can start designing your module, there are a few questions you may want to consider. Who is your audience? What information do they need? How long do you have to present? What resources will you need? How will your audience access your presentation? Once you've answered those questions, then what? Determine the topic for your presentation, research the available material, and decide on the best delivery method. It is important to know and understand the needs of your audience. How much do they already know about your topic? Who will be viewing and/or using your presentation? Once you've established who the audience is for your presentation, what do they need to know? In some cases, the audience might be determined for you, and you need to determine what they need to know about a given topic. Top tip: use the needs assessment survey to determine what your audience needs from you. Use your allotted time wisely. Build in as much information as time allows. Practice your information prior to recording. Once you know the audience for your presentation and what information you plan to deliver, it's time to determine how much time you have and what resources you will need or will have at your disposal. Top tip: a viewer is more likely to watch a video with a duration of less than 15 minutes. The module you create should be tailored to the platform it will be delivered on. If it is to be used in class, you may want to include pause phrases to indicate a slide that warrants an in-class discussion. If your project will be online, pauses are not required. Top tip: thought-provoking questions can be used in both face-to-face and online versions to either spark discussion or used as extension activity for online discussion. Once you've determined the audience information, time, and resources, how will you be using your learning module? It is time to determine what elements you may need to include. Do you need any of these? A pre-test, post-test, discussion questions, or extension activities? You should cover the answers for pre-test. You can either do that with the answers at the end with a brief explanation, if the module was online, or provide the answers at the end of the module and discuss the answers if done in person. A pretest serves several purposes. It determines how much the audience knows about the topic, provides a preview of the information they're going to learn, sets an expectation for the audience of what they should know at the end of your learning module. Top tip: a pretest should be made up of a few important questions in true or false or multiple choice format. The post-test should be short and cover the most important points of your module. It should closely mirror your pretest in design and question style. Top tip: as with the pretest, the questions in the post-test should be true, false, or multiple choice questions, and you will want to provide the answers after the test with a brief explanation of why the answers were correct. An option to consider whether the module is online or in person is to include discussion questions in your learning module. Consider open-ended questions that encourage the audience to respond with answers longer than yes or no. Consider using a scenario for the audience to discuss. Top tip: if the module is in person, you can insert the discussion questions in the module rather than at the end if your module were to be used online. An extension activity can be any activity to be completed after the learning module is complete. The activity should be one where the participants are able to use the information they have learned. One activity could be using the web to come up with their own ideas to use a concept or skill you've taught them. Top tip: using an online discussion board to complete the extension activity would provide a space for the participants to learn from each other and discuss their experiences. Research. What should you use to research your topic? Once you know what information needs to be delivered and the elements your module needs to include, it's time to research your topic. While the internet is quick and easy, the information is not always reliable. You should always verify the source prior to use it. What sources do you need and should you cite them? Scholarly journals, professional journals, periodicals, textbooks, the internet. Make sure you verify when using the internet. Top tip, any source you use for your learning module should be cited. The style in which you cite should be determined ahead of time. Each discipline has citation styles specific to them. Up next, we will talk about layout and design. Thank you.